Good morning, Bande Matram. We are having a beautiful topic for discussion this time. This is the temple within you. The temple within you, that is the topic of discussion for this great morning. Most of the time, almost all of us, we go to the temple with for adoration, for worship, for confession, for prayer, for concentration, whatever may be the purpose. But we go normally. We go maybe to the Jagannath temple, Lord Jagannath temple, maybe. So maybe your Lord Jagannath temple Puri, or you are going somewhere Meenakshi temple Madurai, or you are going to Tirupati to meet Lord Balaji, or you are going to Jerusalem. Somewhere you go Vatican City, somewhere you go Makkah or Medina, anywhere Ajodhya, Mathura. So you go to the temple because there is a Lord. So the Lord is pulling you to his temple. Even in your village or in the street corner, on the path you find so many lords, so many temples are there. Bhubaneswar is known as the temple city. So anyway, the temples we are going, we are worshipping, we are meeting God, we are having devotion. Anyway, we go and ask, we pray, we have got our desires, we got our ambitions, we got our preferences. Anyway, we are going. So there are people who are divided in different religious sects. Christians, they go for the churches. Muslims, they go for the mosques. Gurudwar is open, well, wide open, and we have got something like 33 crores of gods. So there itself we go with our preferences, choices to different temples. But the thing is, here we are going to discuss the real temple is within you. One from Savitri, I can quote a line, the body is the chrysalis of the soul. So when we are talking of the temple within you, so naturally temple means there will be a godhead. So where will be the godhead? It is within you, psychic being, the spark soul, the spark of the divine, the spark of the absolute, well confined, well seated, as the divine inhabitant is well seated in thy heart. So here we'll try to quote this temple from the mother. Beautiful mother has quoted. In the depths, very interesting. In the depth. So we can find, in the depth of your consciousness is the psychic being. Already soul. It is there, well inside us. He is the spark soul. In the process of development, he comes to the psychic being. Soul or psychic being, one or another way, it is same. So it has come down here to this world for gaining experience, so that they will progress and develop. Here during the course, in the depths of your consciousness is the psychic being. In the depths of your consciousness is the psychic being, the temple of the divine within you. Temple of the divine is with you. Consciousness is the, in the depths is of your consciousness is the psychic being. Psychic being, it is there, and the temple of the divine is within you. So there is the central round. This is the central round which should come about the unification of these divine divergent parts. Psychic, he unites the divergent parts. That is what, this is the center. The psychic being, well inside the that temple of the divine within us. This is the center round which should come about the unification of these are divergent parts. All these divergent parts falling here and there, so they will be united here. Unification takes place in this temple. All these contradictory movements of the being, all the contradictory movements of the beings, all the diverse elements, we are divergent parts and the contradictory movements of the being, they take unification, they get unification in this central field. Again we are going, once you have got the consciousness of the psychic being, unless otherwise you have gone and gained the consciousness of the psychic being. It is difficult because mother has quoted, for this the performance of this yoga, contact with the psychic being is the must. So unless otherwise there is a true contact with the psychic being, and next phase, psychic being is coming out behind the veil, out of the veil, and he is standing on the surface, on the front, taking the charge of body and mind and life, and leading them to the proper goal. Then only this process, this sadhana continues really. So here, once you have got the consciousness of the psychic being, consciousness of the psychic beings and its aspiration, once it has been achieved, got, these doubts and difficulties can be destroyed. Once this psychic contact is there, it is prominent, then this difficulties and doubts will be destroyed. It is more or it takes more or less time, depends upon the preparation, pursuance, and of course endeavor of the sadhaka, how much he has proceeded, how much he is conscious. It takes more or less time, but you will surely succeed in the end. Now or then, now or tomorrow, here or there, you must have the you will surely succeed in the end. Maybe it takes more time or less time. Once you have turned to the divine, that is the real purpose. For the spiritual sadhana seekers, divine is all. He is the beginning, he is the end, he is the middle. Against your in the course, if you have turned to the divine, say, I want to be yours, nothing else, nothing less, nothing less. I want to be yours, and the divine has said, yes, the whole world can't keep you from it. Once that prayer is there, I want to be only yours, then there will be, this is the answer, and the this is the prayer, and the answer will call prayer, and the answer from the divine will be there. Yes, the whole world can't keep you from away from it. Because you want to be ours, that is decided in the psychic level. So you don't want to deviate from that. When the central being has made its surrender, when the central being has made its surrender, the chief difficulty has disappeared. Nothing depends upon the mind, life, and body. The central being, when it is conscious, it is in contact, when it has surrendered, all your difficulties must disappear and it will go. The outer being, like the edge, is like a crust. Outer being like a crust, because while describing the being, at the outset you find external mind, life, and body. Little bit go inside, that is inner mind, inner life, and inner mind, inner life, inner body. Then comes the inmost being, that is psychic being. So once this is, you say, I want to be yours, and that the reply is that yes, the whole world can't keep you from it. And when the central being has its surrender, the chief difficulties will disappear. The difficulty will not stand on the path of you. Really, it will disappear. And the outer being is like a crust. In ordinary people, mother course, the crust is so hard and thick for the ordinary people who don't know, who live in the normal consciousness, is superficially, outwardly, knowing nothing, not aware, unaware. So the crust is so hard and thick that they can't be conscious of the divine within them. That the crust is there, they are not able to know the divine who is inhabiting well inside. They are not at all aware. If once, even for a moment only, the inner being has said, this inner being, it is said, it once it said, I am here and I am yours. This echo is there, this murmur is there, I am here and I am yours. Then it is as though a bridge has been built. It is sure that as if a bridge has been built, and little by little the crust becomes thinner and thinner. This crust, this gap will be thinner and thinner. See, suppose you are standing inside, there is one river is flowing. great deep, and of course it is a with high currents. Somebody is there, you want to cross there, so very difficult. You have to analyze the situation. You have to wait for somebody like boat, ship, something. But it is once the bridge is constructed, then your chapter is almost resolved. Your problem is resolved. Your chapter is closed. So once this psychic echo is there, murmur is there, I am here, I am yours, then it is like as through the bridge has been built. No need to be worried, no need to wait, no need to be confused. That bridge has been built, and little by little the crust is getting thinner and thinner. The crust is getting thinner and thinner, So and until the two parts are wholly joined, that part and this part, they will get joined, and the inner and outer become the one. That is what the inner and outer become the one. So again, we can go for the next page, some discussion from quotations from the mother. The psychic being is the center of light, truth, and knowledge, and beauty and harmony. Psychic being, other quotes, is the center of light, truth, knowledge, beauty, and harmony. So that must be taken care of. You must be very much conscious. Psychic being is the center of light and truth and knowledge and beauty and harmony, who is the divine self in each you creates by its presence. By its presence, all these great truth, great qualities, light, truth, knowledge, beauty, harmony, will be present, will come out. So little by little, it is influenced, formed, and moved by the divine consciousness. Moved, formed, and influenced by the divine consciousness, of which it is a part and a parcel. We know psychic being, soul, same as spark soul, so part of and the parcel of the divine consciousness. It is in each of you, deep inner being, everywhere it is present in all. You have to find in order to you may make some contact with the divine in you. So you have to discover, you have to know, you have to discover, so that this divine contact will grow. It is intermediary between the divine consciousness and your external consciousness. Till then, when divine consciousness is near at the top, and here the human consciousness, external consciousness, the bridge, that intermediary is psychic being. Against your mother quotes, it is the builder of the inner life, not outer life. Builder of the past, it is a intermediary. Second, builder of the inner life, it is which manifest in the outer nature. Manifest in the outer nature in order and rule of the divine rule. The great thing, mother quotes, it is there, it has got its big need, so that way we have to be conscious. And a little bit ahead, the mother quotes beautifully. If you become aware in your outer consciousness, if you will be aware in your outer consciousness, then what happens of the psychic being within you and unite with it, you can find the pure eternal consciousness and live in it. You will find the pure eternal consciousness and live in it, instead of being moved by the ignorance as the human being constantly is. Normally human being staying in the surface in the ignorance. You grow aware of the presence of the eternal light. You grow conscious of the eternal light and the knowledge within you, and it is to it, you surrender and integrally consecrated and moved by all things. You know, you see, you get united, you get consecrated and moved by it. The thing is that you must be conscious that awareness to come. For your psychic being is that part of you which is already given to the divine. Given the for your psychic being is that part of you which is already given to the divine. It is its influence gradually spreading from within towards the most outward, within outward to the most outward, and the material boundaries of your consciousness that will bring about the transformation of the entire nature. Without this, the transformation of the entire nature is not possible. And this is the influence, from within outwards. That is the rule. So there can be no obscurity here. with the psychic being, no obscurity, no obscurity, nothing will be there, no grayness. So it is a luminous part in you, luminous, nothing obscured, no darkness, no grayness. Most people are unconscious of this psychic part within them. They don't know really. They don't know that the spark is existing. Instead, they are going to the temple here and there, like a kasturi, deer, the smell is fragrance is coming from its navel, but actually it is searching outside and finally meeting the death. The effort of yoga is to make you conscious of it. So this blessings and effort of this yoga is to make you conscious of it, so that the process of your transformation, instead of a slow labor extending to the through centuries, can be pressed into one life or even a few years. That is the blessings of yoga. And this ignorantly, haphazardly, we are going that it needs lives, centuries. But if you are conscious and adopting the yogic method, maybe within one life or within few years, it is completed. Again, psychic being is that which persists after death. Body life it has got body, it has got no existence, but psychic being it has got it persists after death because of its eternal self. You know, it is our eternal self. It is that this that carries the consciousness forward from life to life. From life to life, it is coming, actually taking a gaining experience, progressing and developing, and of course preparing ourselves. The psychic being is the real individuality of the true and the divine individual within you. Real individuality, within you. Then what happens for your individuality means your special mode of expression. Individuality, it indicates that special mode of expression, and your psychic being is a special part of the divine consciousness. So that is taken shape in you. Individuality means, mother quotes and explains, individuality, your individuality, it means that special mode of expression. Again, your psychic being is a special aspect of the divine consciousness that is taking shape within you. So till now, we feel this psychic being that is well inside us, spark of the soul, spark of the divine. It is here, progressive. It exists even after life. It is not perishable. So the temple is body is the chrysalis of the soul. It is well inside. We have to discover. We have to progress. We have to make the contact with the psychic beings, so that this progress will be easier. For the ordinary people, they are not aware of their true self, the true spiritual being, the true being inside them. But the thing is that we must be aware. It is there, it is helping in the yogic process. So what can be done for them, maybe with a century journey, with the lives, this can be accommodated, accomplished within this life or within a couple of years. So we must discover the temple that is well inside us. Bande Mataram.